So sub 3 regulates the requirement for a transfer document by the transferring station. In our instance, in this particular case, that would be Isipingo police station. Am I correct?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Sub 5 regulates the requirements for a transfer document by the receiving station. Is that correct?
That's correct, Commissioners.
So, and basically the requirements are the same. Have you said you haven't seen a separate, this transfer document. Have you seen any document that provides the detail required in sub 3? And
No.
I'm not calling it a transfer document for a moment, but any document that has captured the requirements of sub 3A to I.
No, I'm not aware of any such documents, Commissioners.
And similarly then, am I correct to assume that you haven't seen in respect of a document contemplated in sub 5, A to H?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Are you able to express a view then as to the correctness of or compliance of the transfer of these exhibits from Isipingo to Port Shepstone?
There was non-compliance, Commissioners.
Can I try to understand this? In sub 5, what would be the receiving station on the facts of what we are dealing with?
Commissioners, one of two, Port Shepstone Police Station or the DPCI SAP 13 in Port Shepstone.
But was there a transfer to Port Shepstone Police Station?
I believe we are coming to that, Commissioners, but indeed it went to Port Shepstone Police Station and not to the SAP 13 of the Serious Organized Crime Unit at Port Shepstone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. And perhaps while we are here, there is what is formally called the Port Shepstone Police Station. Is that correct?
That's correct.
There is a police station in Port Shepstone.
That's correct, Commissioners.
And that is different from the Port Shepstone DPCI offices. Is that not so?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Where what we know happened here is that the transfer, quote unquote, was from Isipingo Police Station to Port Shepstone offices. And that is where they were stored on the 22nd of June, 2022.
Indeed, Commissioners.
A fire alarm disrupted proceedings at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College on Wednesday morning, forcing the evacuation of attendees at the venue hosting the Matlanga Commission. Journalists, officials, and other participants were ushered out of the building as a precautionary measure shortly before the inquiry was due to begin at 9:30. No injuries were reported. Emergency responders from the city of Tshwane were dispatched to the scene and are currently investigating the cause of the alarm. Authorities have not yet confirmed whether the incident was triggered by an actual fire or a technical fault. The interruption comes as the Commission prepares to hear further testimony from Major General Hendrik Flyn, Head of Serious Organized Crime at the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation. Flyn, who began his testimony on Tuesday, is expected to continue shedding light on allegations of corruption and criminal conduct linked to drug enforcement operations. In his earlier remarks, he described South Africa as both a key destination for domestic drug distribution and a strategic transit point for international trafficking networks. Meanwhile, suspended KwaZulu-Natal Hawks head Major General Lesitja Sinona should have undergone a polygraph test following the mysterious disappearance of 541 kg of cocaine worth 200 million rand from the Hawks Port Shepstone storage facility in 2021. This was the view of Major General Hendrik Flyn, the head for serious organized crime at the SAPS Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI. Flyn was asked whether Sinona should have taken a polygraph test, given that other officers involved in the cocaine seizure had already done so. Flynn responded and said, in my opinion, he was supposed to be exposed to this process as he played an active role in the Potchefstroom matter. It was not as if he was just the provincial head, sitting at a distance. He was privy to the activities. He visited the Potchefstroom offices shortly after the seizure and took possession of the keys. That's active participation. On Tuesday, he testified that the cocaine seized at the Durban depot was booked into Isipingo police station on June 22, 2021 and was strangely booked out on the same day by an officer identified as Warrant Officer Bangase. On Brigadier Campbell Newsaw's instruction, who consulted Sinona about the arrangement, the DPCI transported the drugs to the Potchefstroom storage facility. During his recent testimony, Sinona conceded he had never taken a polygraph test but said he had no issue undergoing one. He told the commission he lost track of the investigation into the missing drugs after the docket transferred to SAPS and he wants to know what happened to them. Sinona is expected to reappear before the commission on June 1 for further questioning regarding his role in the drugs disappearance from the Hawks facility. Flynn said although the exhibits were stored at the Potchefstroom DPCI office, they were booked in 2 days later at the Potchefstroom police station. However, they were never physically moved from the Hawks facility to the police station. The commission had that Bangase entered the exhibits into the SAP 13 register at Potchefstroom police station, but a different person signed for receipt. The document does not identify who received the exhibits, and the signatory did not write down their name or parcel number. On the same day Bangase made the entry, he also noted on that copy that the exhibits had been taken for investigation. Flynn described this as a false entry, saying the exhibits were never sent for analysis on that date or at any other time. On Tuesday, Flynn told the commission that he believed the sequence of events following the seizure of drugs and their subsequent disappearance was by design. According to him, the handling of crime scene at the Durban depot, where drugs were recovered, was procedurally flawed. The origin of the drugs was the Port of Santos in Brazil. Flynn criticized investigators for failing to call the local Criminal Record Center LCRC as the required and not for placing the exhibits in evidence bags at the crime scene. According to his observation, the exhibits were already contaminated unless the investigators wore gloves, and said it could still have been photographed properly by LCRC as well as properly sealed in exhibit seal bags, and the exhibits would have been properly reflected in the SAP 13 register. There was no need to take the exhibit in that state from Isipingo to Potchefstroom because anything could happen along the way. Some of the exhibits can go missing and the chain of custody is not at the requirement standard where we expect the detectives to function at. He was asked how the commission could be sure 541 kg of cocaine arrived at Potchefstroom DPCI office without a document recording its receipt, and said that is indeed true and it is a shortcoming you are identifying, adding that the witness statements in the case docket supported its delivery but declined to elaborate further. The commission presented a report by National SAPS head Lieutenant General Musigiti showing 7 break-ins at the same DPCI office before the November 2021 break-in at the Potchefstroom office, which resulted in drug theft. Flynn testified that between November 6 and 8, 2021, 541 kg of cocaine seized on June 22, 2021 was stolen from the DPCI Potchefstroom strong room after entry was gained using a grinder. At the time of the theft, the alarm system fitted at the premises was not working properly and there was no armed response services because the contract with the private security company had not been renewed, having expired in March 2020, and said you need additional layers of security measures to obviously make it difficult or impossible for individuals to breach that premises and to get access to the building and to successfully execute the breaching of the vault and the removing of the exhibits. He said the exhibits would have been safer at any other police station that was meant for 24 hours with armed police officers. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.